America with the singing of our national anthem, performed today by Monica Komorowski. Thank you once again, Monica Komorowski. Now fans, if you're ready for some Shark Soccer, let me hear you!
A pleasant good evening from Davie, Florida at Amarant Bank Field, where Carson-Newman men's soccer is set to begin the 2026 regular season. The Eagles are in the Sunshine State, opening a new year in the state of Florida for the first time since 2014, and the opponent is the Nova Southeastern Sharks, two teams set to kick off their 2026 campaigns. Andrew Rogers, delighted to have you alongside as we bring you audio-only coverage here on YouTube, here on the Eagles Sports Network as well, for Carson-Newman men's soccer's first game of 2026. A club that won just 3 games a season ago has high hopes for this year despite being picked 9th in the South Atlantic Conference's preseason poll, which basically could just be renamed to last year's standings for basically how things are usually voted upon. The Eagles are playing yet another season opener under 10th year now head coach Stephen Lyons. His team's 6-2-1 in his 9 seasons previously in season openers, and the Eagles overall have won 10 of their last 13. Up against a Nova Southeastern team tonight, 8-4-3 a year ago, bounced by Rollins, who had a good Sunshine State Conference tournament 2-1. That was how the Sharks saw their season end a year ago. Carson-Newman will move left to right in visiting blue uniforms, blue shorts as well, blue socks to cover the shin guards. Many of the players wearing navy shoes as well. Nova Southeastern is in white, and to finish up Carson-Newman's uniforms, white numerals on the front and back. On the back of the uniform, it reads Eagles. Nova Southeastern's in white. Sharks across the back in light blue, and the numbers on the front and back. Whistle blows, and the 2026 regular season for Carson-Newman men's soccer is underway. Eagles gain possession. Half the starting lineup you'll hear tonight is mixed with newcomers. There's only 5 returning players that are in the starting lineup for Carson-Newman in this match. You'll hear many of them throughout the contest. One of the new ones, Artem Kuchkov, a 5th-year transfer from Ukraine, commits an early foul 30 seconds in, and it gives Nova Southeastern a free kick. He fouled Marcus Roxeth, a 6'3" forward from Norway. Sharks pushing forward here, all but 2 bodies. One, the free kick taker, and defender Matthew Gordon back for this free kick halfway between midfield and the top of the box. It's an in-swinging ball headed up into the air. Flag goes up offside. Just under a minute in, that ball was fired in by Sebastian Valdez. So Carson-Newman and Nova Southeastern for the 4th time ever. These two teams haven't played since 2012. All 3 meetings have been won by the Sharks, and Carson-Newman's failed to score in all 3 meetings. 2 in September, 1 in August, and this one on the 27th of August in the 2026 season opener. Those 3 matches in 2002, 2011, 2012. Jonas Friedel, a returning center back, has the ball, trying to work forward. Ground pass to the far side for Samuel Ulrich. Now the Eagles work forward. Mateus Ulrich de Silva. The good ball near side. It's headed away by Gordon to his keeper. Henrik Dahl is the Nova Southeastern goalkeeper. A transfer from Limestone, only started 1 game. That was 2 years ago. Did not participate in any Sharks games a year ago. He's the keeper tonight for the Nova Southeastern Sharks. He opposes Elijah Buford, who rocks an all-pink kit. As Dahl, with no pressure, will dribble this ball out of his box and boot it forward with his right foot. Headed on by the Eagles, but back into Nova Southeastern possession near midfield. Now flick back toward the Eagles' defense. Coles goes flying, and he commits a foul, leaping over the top of one of the Nova midfielders. It'll be a free kick for the Sharks, second time in the attacking half here early on. Fabio Tajra was the Nova Southeastern midfielder that was taken down by Coles' leaping effort for a header. 2.5 minutes in, it is a scoreless opening half between Carson-Newman and Nova Southeastern. The head official has signaled 10 yards to Samuel Ulrich. His brother is Mateus, both Emery and Henry transfers. Samuel stands in front of the free kick taker. It's a right-footed ball, headed on, but headed wide right by midfielder Jamie Bullock, Jr. from Scotland. Heads away potentially the game's first shot here in the 4th minute. Scoreless as Carson-Newman lines up a goal kick with Elijah Buford. Many of the Eagles' returners are amongst defenders here tonight. Dan Coles, Jonas Friedel, the center backs, both returning seniors. Ben Kruthus on the ball now is a returning player as well. He dishes to the near side for Dan Coles to work forward. Coles, one of the more experienced Eagles, right-footed ball forward, tried to find Oscar Davey, but it's too far out in front. And it rolls out on the near side for a Matthew Gordon throw for the Sharks. Oscar Davey is a freshman for Carson-Newman from Grimsby, England. He keeps the ball in play on the throw-in. High flicking ball toward the top of the box. Player goes down. A second goes down for the Sharks. They keep possession, though. Header to the near side by Gordon is flicked out for a Carson-Newman throw. It was Andres Morales-Rosales that kicked it out of bounds for the Sharks, and now the Eagles take a quick throw. Radian Williams ground pass to the far side for Nicholas Lohr, 5th-year transfer from Germany. Now Rain Said Ahmed flicks it into the box, and Gordon has to flick it off his line for a Carson-Newman corner kick. So the Eagles, with their first opportunity in the season opener, it'll come in the far right corner of the pitch for Carson-Newman. It will be Artem Kuchkov to send this ball in. The right foot of Kuchkov will send the corner in from the far side. Eagles stack 7 bodies into the box. Kuchkov sends it in, swinging ball near posts, headed away by a Shark defender. Flicked back in by Davey. Now up into the night sky it goes, headed on by the Sharks, but back to Carson-Newman's defense, where it's collected by Ryan Said Ahmed, another newcomer. Ball back toward the top of the box to the feet of Bink Kruthus. Touch off for Mateus Ulrich de Silva. He goes to his left foot, fires his shot. It's deflected for a corner. Actually, that was Samuel Ulrich, the younger brother of Mateus, that got around the Nova defender, but eventually had his left-footed shot deflected out. And Carson-Newman will get a second corner kick here in the opening minutes of this season opener. It'll come in the 7th minute. Kuchkov to do it again. Another in-swinging ball. This one a low liner, and it's touched out by Nova. So a third Kuchkov corner for Carson-Newman in as many minutes. Head official blows his whistle along the far side, and a Nova player is shaken up after that corner kick. It's Noah Raystrick, a 6'2" midfielder from England, who is bent over holding his knees, now stands upright and seems to be okay. A third Carson-Newman corner in as many minutes. Sent in a high ball to the back post by Kuchkov. Headed up by Coles. It's still loose. Dahl comes out to punch. Ulrich will track it down on the near side corner. He goes to his right foot, tries to get around the defender. A second comes to take it away. Ulrich nearly got it back. It lands to the feet of Rydian Williams. Matthew Gordon takes it away from Ulrich de Silva. Now a ball sent forward that will roll out of play along this near side for a Carson-Newman throw. And again, 5 returning players currently on the field. The Eagles overall have 11 returning pieces to this year's roster amongst 26 total players. So do the math. 11 returners, 15 newcomers for Stephen Lyons' team this season. 7 freshmen and 8 transfers make up Carson-Newman's 15 newcomers. And a mix of freshmen and transfers out there for the Eagles here tonight. Carson-Newman playing with possession in the defensive half. Ben Gruthis with a strong left foot ball forward. He gets behind Matthew Gordon, bounces once, twice, a third time, and now Gordon with his left foot boots it back toward midfield where Dan Coles will let it bounce. He heads it to Gruthis, and Gruthis will kick it to the end line, but saved by Elijah Buford. A dangerous ball by Gruthis there. But his keeper, Buford, kept it in play toward midfield. Ulrich de Silva had initial possession. Gordon shielded him away then the second time. And the Sharks are back on the ball. With 37 minutes to play in the opening half here from Amerant Bank Field. It's Carson-Newman's first trip to this facility when the Eagles played the Sharks in 2012 and 2002. That was at a different stadium. Ball played forward. Ryan Said Ahmed tracking it down. He keeps it in play. Coles will dish it back on a ground pass for Buford. Pressure from the Sharks, and Buford quickly boots it forward where Carson-Newman had it initially and now keeps it with Mateus Ulrich de Silva switching field for Kuchkov, but it's intercepted. Sharks back on the attack, and a nice tackle by Jonas Friedel cuts off the effort along the far side by Toga Katsuma. Katsuma is the returning goal scorer, top returning goal scorer for this Sharks team from Kobe, Japan. He scored 5 times last year. He sets up the Sharks with a throw-in from the far side. It'll be taken by Sebastian Valdez. Whistles blow, clock will stop, and we have an issue in the box. Head official having a conversation with the captains, I believe. Some early tugging, pulling. Ryan Said Ahmed and Dan Coles having a conversation with Andres Morales Rosales. And now the head official will have a conversation with both teams as captains Dan Coles and Matthew Gordon. We come to a stop with 36:04 to play in the opening half. John Tomeo is the head referee. Raj Moncrief and Kevin Pham are his assistants on the sidelines. And now a Nova Southeastern throw-in with the lights on here in Davie, Florida. Header up into the air. Back post it goes. Said Ahmed leaps into the air to head it away, and Davie clears it to the near side in front of CN's bench for now. Kuchkov deflects that one away from Gordon, and the Ukrainian is off and running. He dishes it forward. Ulrich tracking it down between the 2 center backs. Shielded off nicely by Raystrick, who reverses field, but to nobody. And it's out for a Carson-Newman throw-in right at midfield for Nicholas Loher. Coles and Friedel, the center backs. Coles has it in Carson-Newman's defensive half right now. Worth noting, Carson-Newman's down a couple of starters from last season tonight. Antoine Torrent has been out most of the preseason. He's out with an injury tonight. Right idea on the back tap from Kuchkov to Loher, but it's out of play along that far side for an overthrow. And no Mitchell Honcup tonight. He's serving the second of a 2-game suspension dating back to the end of last season. Was issued a red card in the match with Tusculum and then was issued another red card, and it led to a 2-game suspension. He missed the sack quarter, and he returned to Carson-Newman this season, and so he has to miss tonight's match. He'll be available for Saturday's game against 12th-ranked Palm Beach Atlantic. So 2 starters from last year not in Carson-Newman's lineup tonight. One by injury, one by suspension, but plenty of newcomers that head coach Stephen Lyons is pleased with. Amongst the scrimmages the Eagles had heading into the year, we've got a foul on Nova Southeastern as the Eagles tried to work forward left to right. Just more than 10 minutes into the match. Both teams have a shot. Carson-Newman's got 3 corners. They all came in a 3-minute stretch early in this match. Coles reverses to the near side for Ryan Said Ahmed. Ground pass to the middle for Ridian Williams. He's taken down, and a foul by Jamie Bullock, one of the returning Sharks. It's a Nova team that's kind of rebuilt. They have a veteran squad, but in terms of minutes played from last season, the Sharks lost 5 of their top 6 guys in terms of minutes played. Toga Katsuma is the top returner and the one there in the top 6 from a year ago that's back. But a lot of new faces out there for the Sharks, or at least some returners with increased roles in 2026. Eagles on the ball. Jonas Friedel flicking it forward. Loher making a run from the far side. The German trying to chase around a Nova defender. Ground pass into the box. Kuchkov tripped up. No call. Carson-Newman pleading for a penalty as Kuchkov took a hit in the box. A Sharks center back came late to the play and appeared to make a clean tackle on Artem Kuchkov. Eagles have to reset here. Sharks going quickly on the goal kick. Eagles were complaining to the official and now are trailing the play. This ball sent forward. Buford will track it down and let it go out for a Carson-Newman goal kick. So Nova trying to go quick, but the Eagles handle business on the quick counter. It'll be a goal kick for Carson-Newman and a scoreless opening half between the Eagles and Sharks from Amerant Bank Field. Just the 3rd time in program history that this Eagles team is opening a year in Florida. Takeaway for the Sharks in the attacking half. Katsuyama plays it back for Bullock. Bullock reverses to the far side. Ground pass to Valdez. His cross is sent in, headed up into the air. Buford leaps up and will make the catch inside his 6-yard box. It's a Shark squad that, under Matt MacArthur, he's in his 3rd season, loves to send in crosses. Luckily for Carson-Newman, they've got 2 tall center backs, Friedel and Coles, to try and deal with those. Gordon heads the free kick forward. Gruthis tracks it down. A ground pass forward for Oscar Davey, the freshman from England, reverses field, going far side of the pitch for Kuchkov. Beautiful ball that the 5th-year midfielder takes down to his feet, but his pass is intercepted. He's trying to battle for it back. Takes it back from the defender, but runs out of real estate and sees a Shark clear down into the first row of empty bleachers here in Davie, Florida. And now the ball back to Carson-Newman in the defensive half. It's Elijah Buford making his 16th career Carson-Newman start. It's an Eagles program that has no clean sheets in their last 19 matches. Ball pinballing around right now. Friedel ground pass to Kuchkov along the far side. He loses it. The Sharks back on the ball. Katsuyama fakes across, now sends it in with his left foot toward the back post, headed toward the top of the box. Gruthis there to lift it out of there on a dangerous cross sent in. The second one was beautiful. He touched on by Bullock, but the Sharks saw Carson-Newman clear it away, and now Mateus Ulrich de Silva putting some pressure on one of the defenders and forces the keeper, Dahl, to clear it forward, and now we've got a foul. No, offside. Flag up on Marcus Roxeth, 6'30" forward from Norway. Almost 15 minutes in, we're scoreless. 3 combined shots between the 2 clubs on the field right now. Carson-Newman in the visiting blue, Nova Southeastern the home team in white. Battle for possession. Davey, left-footed ball into the midfield for Ridian Williams, senior midfielder. Leaves it off for Samuel Ulrich. Advantage played for now. Eagles still on the ball. Ulrich de Silva has ball taken off his feet, and he commits a foul. Maybe got away with one there as a card almost was going to come out, but Ulrich de Silva held up his left hand and said he understands it was a poor attempt at taking the ball away, and so brings the game to a slight halt for a second. 15.5 minutes in, scoreless are the Sharks and the Eagles. Free kick just shy of midfield. Just a short pass taken by Alex Sasser, sophomore defender. Ball poured to the top of the box. It pinballs to a Shark. A shot at Buford is saved. Coles went down in the box for Carson-Newman. The Sharks had to play on, and Marcus Roxeth had his shot saved from the near side by Elijah Buford in the 16th minute. Second time that Roxeth has taken a shot against Elijah Buford, and the second time Buford has won that battle. And now a corner kick. It comes from the near side for the Sharks. Fabio Tajra will take the corner kick from this near side. Right-footed ball in to the middle of the box. Buford leaps up, dropped the ball, but eventually gathers it in. And now Buford will punt this ball forward. Kuchkov is all the way on the far side of the field. He'll track it down just before the sideline. Tons of players working back into the picture in front of Carson-Newman's goal. Ridian Williams reverses near side. Oscar Davey leaves it off for Ryan Said Ahmed. Ahmed, the Bruton Parker College transfer, gets around a defender. Ball into the corner where it goes out for an Eagles throw. Good job by the Sharks to recover there after that corner kick. The Eagles now have it in their attacking half. Throw in coming from just shy of the corner flag. Won by the Sharks. Davey wins it back for the Eagles. And Said Ahmed flicks it back to his center back, Dan Coles. Jonas Frito now to Nicholas Loher. Carson-Newman has a couple of players stretching, as does Nova Southeastern. All sent forward. Nobody going to track it down for the Eagles. Henrik Dahl, the Limestone transfer, will keep it in play using his chest. Dahl now outside his box, touches it forward and boots it with his right foot toward Carson-Newman's defense. Coles comes out to win the header. Davey heads the ball. It gets sent back toward Coles and now touched to the ground by Ulrich De Silva. Ball pinballing. Ulrich trying to track it down for Carson-Newman. Flag is up, and we have a foul called. Actually, there was a flag up from the near side referee for potentially offside. And Samuel Ulrich was the Eagle offside, but now he's shaken up because after the play got knocked over. So the official has stopped play for now. The clock continues to roll, but play has come to a halt for a second as we continue to get closer to the halfway point of this opening half. Scoreless is Carson-Newman and Nova Southeastern. Just 4 shots between the two sides, 3 by the Sharks. Andrew Rogers glad to bring you this audio-only coverage here on the Eagles Sports Network. Dahl, the keeper, boots it to the far side of the field where it is headed out by Loher. And it'll be a Carson-Newman, or rather Nova throw. Corner taken adjacent from the box. That's how far down this throw-in for the Sharks is from the far side of the field. Valdez running start. Line drive throw-in headed away by Mateus Ulrich De Silva. Back to Valdez where the throw came in. Now he sends a cross in, back post. It bounces once and twice. Gordon takes it down to his feet, fires his shot. It's at Buford. He puts it off the bar, and it's cleared by the Eagles. Wonderful save by Elijah Buford. A left-handed punch of a shot from a Shark offensive player. It dings off the crossbar. The Eagles eventually cleared it, although the second effort by the Sharks was going to be offside. Terrific defensive work by Elijah Buford, who has now made 3 first-half saves to keep this game scoreless. Sharks haven't had too much of the possession, but they have made Carson-Newman panic a few times in its attacking half. And now Buford to take the free kick for the Eagles. Buford under some pressure will send the ball to the far side for Loher, but the clearance by Buford goes out for A NSU throw-in. Ball rolling toward the end line after the Nova throw-in, and it'll go out for a Carson-Newman goal kick as the Eagles try to calm some things down here in this opening half. The Sharks have put more of the pressure on offensively, although Carson-Newman's possession has been favorable in the opening minutes, or opening half, approaching the halfway point now. Ball out for an Eagles throw from the far side of the field. A Shark playing from the ground and now sees it go out for a Carson-Newman throw. No subs waiting for either side as we hit the halfway point of this opening half. 24th minute, scoreless of the Eagles and Sharks. Throw in by Loher, headed up into the air at the top of the box. Gordon's second header gives to Carson-Newman, ball flicked in. Mateus Ulrich da Silva just missed it left of the post. Eagles took possession right back, and the second shot of the season from Mateus Ulrich da Silva just barely missed the left post. And it's out for a Nova goal kick, and they'll work forward right to left. Oh, that was a beautifully set up sequence. The Eagles can't pay it off. Gruthis at the center circle. To the left side for Loher, and it's over his head and out of play. Foul on Nova Southeastern after a ball was sent forward. Scoreless here on the Eagles Sports Network. It's Carson-Newman and Nova Southeastern. For just the fourth time ever, this is a Carson-Newman program that, looking to get back to its winning ways, has not had a winning season since 2022, but is rebuilt and feels good about this year. Eagles wanted a handball on Fabio Tajra, but didn't get it, so the Sharks keep it at midfield. It's Gordon, ground pass to Tajra. And now Gordon plays it back for one of his center backs, Noah Rostrick. Rostrick to the middle of the pitch. Sent back his way. Ulrich fighting for it, and he wins it, but Rostrick takes it back. Ulrich is the striker for Carson-Newman up front. His brother, Mateus, right behind him. And Carson-Newman's alignment forward. Williams on the ball for Carson-Newman, forces the ball back to Gordon, and now Bullock flicks it in left foot toward the corner. Said Ahmed heads it. Near side touch. Rosales trying to get around Said Ahmed. Unable to do so, and Dan Coles will clear it to where it came from. Davey flicks it forward, and it'll go out just in front of Carson-Newman's bench, just shy of midfield. One sub waiting for the Sharks. It's Trevor Richter, sophomore from Nashville, Tennessee, getting loose. 20 minutes, 20 seconds to play in the opening half here from Amerant Bank Field in Davie, Florida. First of two in the Sunshine State to begin this new season for Carson-Newman's men's soccer program. Foul called on Nova Southeastern. Carson-Newman takes a quick free kick near its box. Loher dishes forward. Samuel Ulrich touches it down to his right foot. Now gives it to his brother Mateus, trying to reverse field. Ball to Oscar Davey, who can't get there before Henrik Dahl. It's still loose. The keeper's out of his box. Sent back toward midfield. Fabio Tajri falls down trying to maintain possession, and Gruthis wins it back for the Eagles. To the near side, Ryan Said Ahmed gets around two defenders. Can't get around the third one, and then the Eagles force it out. The substitute Richter will come on here in the 27th minute of a scoreless match. He takes the place of Jamie Bullock. So the junior midfielder, one of the key returners, is off, and Trevor Richter makes his Nova debut. Near side pass. It's Rosales. Tugged by Said Ahmed and a foul. That was clear as day as Said Ahmed clearly won the ball with that grab of the jersey. The official with a delayed whistle, but the right whistle. Season and road opener for Carson-Newman soccer. Scoreless with Nova Southeastern at the moment. Free kick for the Sharks. Tajri will send it in. Toward the box it goes. Coles wins the header. Got taken down. Play continues. Davey wins the ball for the Eagles in its defensive half, and it ends up with Kuchkov, who sends it forward. Ulrich chasing it down. The keeper well outside his box. Heads it to his defender, Gordon. Well done by Henrik Dahl, taking away that through ball opportunity. The Eagles try to get the speedy Samuel Ulrich behind the defense, but Dahl met it. Ulrich to the ball first. Ball sent to Jonas Friedel, who takes it away, and now Ben Caruthas tries to split two defenders but loses possession. Sharks had it and gave it right back. Eagles trying to calm things down right now. 17:45 and counting on this first half clock. Nova 3 shots, Carson-Newman 2. Couple of saves for Eli Buford. Both of Carson-Newman's shots have been very close to being on target, but have not been on target. In fact, if they were on target, I think they would have gone in, especially the second. Ground pass into the middle of the pitch, taken away by the Sharks. They have numbers. Ground pass deflected by Coles. Well done. After the Sharks got a takeaway. Eagles give it back, though. Into the middle, it's Trevor Richter, the only substitute so far in this match. Off to Tajira. Top of the box. Sharks denied. It's Morale. Rosales having to play it back. To the near side, Matthew Gordon, the senior from Pembroke Pines, Florida. Down to Rosales. Right-footed ball, top of the box. Loher taken down, and an errant shot wide left. Attempted pass by Marcus Roxeth. And he ended up clipping Nicholas Loher, who went to the ground, but he's fine. And the Eagles will get a goal kick. Luckily, that shot went sailing over the intended target. Now 5 shots for the Sharks. They had 2 in that sequence. One was blocked and the other well high, both taken by Morale Rosales. Clock will stop. 16:0. Well, just 16 minutes on the dot. It's supposed to stop. It's going to keep rolling. And now Elijah Buford having a conversation with the head referee. I guess he was taking too long with his goal kick. John Tomeo having a conversation with Buford. Clock finally did stop at 15:56, counting down to this first half, and now it continues to run with Buford's goal kick taken. Header won by the Sharks, but it's right back to Carson-Newman, who sends it right back where it came from. Buford with the ball at his feet. Right-footed ball toward midfield, over the head of all the defenders. Caruthas will run after it, but see that the keeper, Henrik Dahl, has it. Again, a Carson-Newman program that did not record a clean sheet last year. 19 straight games for the program without a shutout. That's the second longest streak you don't want to have in program history. Sharks on the ball. Tajri from distance. Right foot sails it way high. Never had a chance from 10 yards outside the box. An errant shot. Turns out to be Nova's 6th one of this opening half. Gives the Eagles a goal kick with 15 to play in the opening half. The program is Not had a shutout since October 23rd of 2024 when they beat Newberry 7-0. Foul on Carson-Newman. It'll be the Eagles' 7th foul of the opening half. Nova will get a free kick. They'll just take a quick pass in the center circle. Eagles lopsided in the fouls department as the Sharks dish it to nobody into their attacking half in the left corner here, near side corner. Said Ahmed trying to get around a defender. Heavy pressure and a foul. Nova Southeastern furious with John Tomeo, who made the whistle and the call from 50 yards away from the middle of the field. Just the second foul on the Sharks here in the opening half of play. Carson-Newman women's soccer collected a 2-0 win earlier today. Simon Duffy's team starts 1-0 after a 2-0 win at Young Harris. The Eagles did their scoring in that match early on to collect that victory. They defeated Young Harris earlier this evening. Free kick won by the Sharks. Sifa Morgan's first career goal started the scoring in this new year in the 19th minute, and then Olivia Shannon, who assisted on Sifa Morgan's goal, scored her first career goal in her first collegiate game in the 24th minute, and the Eagles pitched a shutout en route to a 2-0 win at Young Harris. Coles beat to the ball near side by Marcus Roxeth. Ground pass into the middle for Rosales. Met by two blue jerseys, forced back to Gordon. Left-footed ball, top of the box, high one, still in the air, finally headed by Loher. And Kuchkov in the corner tracks it down. Ulrich pressuring the ball and wins it back for the Eagles. Into the middle of the pitch, it's Bink Gruthis. Gruthis, ground pass intercepted. Ends up with Oscar Davey, though, at the midline. And now Ryan Said Ahmed sprinting forward. The Bruton Parker College transfer taken down. Official says play on, and then a foul on Oscar Davey. Fouls piling up for the Eagles in what's been a fairly physical opening half. A half that's had good rhythm for the most part, but the Eagles have committed now 7 fouls. None have resulted in a card. Katsuyama's been quiet. Scored 5 times last year. He's on the ball in the middle of the field and now grounds a pass to Matthew Gordon. 12:15 to play. Opening half, scoreless between the Eagles and Sharks. Katsuyama. Flicks it in. Nobody running after it for the Sharks, and it bounces one time into the hands of Elijah Buford. And his pink kit rolls it to Rydian Williams. Eagles have a good group of experienced players with all these newcomers. Rydian Williams out there making his 32nd career start, 44th career appearance. Out there with other players like Dan Coles and Yodis Friedel. The Eagles overall have 200-plus career starts on the current roster entering the year. Those are career starts at the Division II level, counting newcomers as well, but several returning players. Again, 11 returning players overall, helping lead the way for what this program is about and the expectations. Ball pinballing right now between both sides of the field. Kuchkov heads it forward. Ulrich trying to gain possession, and there's a foul on Nova Southeastern. Right in the center circle, Art Kuchkov was taken down, and a foul will give Carson-Newman possession. Just a quick ground pass to get the ball back into play. Ball flicked into the corner. Kuchkov trying to track it down before it gets to the end line. It's flicked into the box. Still loose and now cleared away. Kuchkov was knocked off the ball and taken down. Eagles thought Nova got away with one. Into the left corner it goes. Nicholas Loher flicks it on for Kuchkov again. He stops on a dime. Trying to get to his right foot. Now turns back to his left. Tripped up in the far corner and a foul just outside the white line of that corner box. And it'll be a free kick for Carson-Newman, which will serve as a corner kick, roughly 10-plus yards or so in front of the corner flag. An excellent angle here for Carson-Newman as we come down the final 10 minutes of this opening half in Davie, Florida. Can the Eagles strike first at Nova? 3 subs for Stephen Lyons waiting to get into the game. The official has set the 10-yard marker. Nova Southeastern has put a wall of 4, or check that 3 up. It's Mateus Ulrich de Silva to stand over the ball for Carson-Newman. Ulrich de Silva sends it in. Back post punched away by Dahl. Kept alive by Said Ahmed, and he sails it way out of play onto Nova's baseball field. All right, 3 subs will come in for Carson-Newman, 1 for the Sharks. Casper Kitchen is in, a freshman forward from Edinburgh, Scotland. Carson-Newman bringing Mac Hickman to the game, his 12th career appearance. The Eagles also bring on Francesco Quintavala and Love Norden. Both of those players transfers making their debuts. Francesco Quintavala Jr. from Parma, Italy, and Mercer County Community College. And Love Norden, a 6'2 freshman forward from Sundsvall, Sweden. Ulrich Kuchkov and Davie out for Carson-Newman. So getting some fresh legs out there for the final 8.5 minutes is Stephen Lyons' team. Ball quickly sent toward the attacking half of the Sharks, and it's collected by Elijah Buford just outside the box. Gruthis on the ball, sending it on for Nicholas Loher to make a run. He's behind the Nova defense. That left wing back works forward. Now a right-footed ball into the box, headed away for now. Gruthis gains possession. Grab, taken down, no call. Sharks keep possession, and Katsuma can't keep it. Eagles have it. It's Coles. Right foot flick to Hickman, and now to Gruthis in the right corner. Eagles working forward again. Gruthis, ground pass to Said Ahmed inside the box. Right-footed cross in. Ulrich de Silva, header wide right of the post. A second excellent opportunity for Mateus de Silva, but he just missed this one wide to the right. We stay scoreless. A great development. A nice back flick by Gruthis to the feet of Said Ahmed, and his cross to the back post. Perfectly played for Ulrich de Silva, but he couldn't pay it off. Head coach Stephen Lyons was very pleased with that effort. Had 2 hands in the air and was clapping for several moments as he watched that attack develop. Ball headed away by Ridian Williams. Sharks trying to keep with it. High flick ball to the top of the box. Coles' header goes away. And now Katsuma gets back on the ball near sideline. Hickman applying pressure. And now Gordon gets a touch with his heels on the end line. Ball headed in. It deflects toward Elijah Buford to collect. .6:20 to play and rolling in this first half clock. A foul on Carson-Newman. Ridian Williams dinged with that foul. Stephen Lyons gives his team some instruction as Nova's going to send 8 players toward the box. The free kick taker is Fabio Tajra. Gordon and the keeper are back for the Sharks. Right-footed ball into the box. Header won by Coles. 1-on-2. Quintavala will watch it played back, get played back to Gordon behind midfield, and Gordon deposits it into the 4th row. Good pressure by Quintavala to force that errant pass that was trying to get to a Shark midfielder along the sideline. Ball played on. Hickman has space. He's onside against Matthew Gordon. 5:15 to play. Hickman, ground pass into space just beyond midfield for Ridian Williams. Now a left-footed ball to Gruthis. Gruthis reverses to the left side for Loher. Loher, left-footed ball in. Headed up into the air. Williams heads it back down. Hickman near side has it for Carson-Newman. Right-footed cross sent in, headed away to the top of the box. Williams touches it down. Right-footed ball. It is out of play. Love Norden nearly got a foot on it as well. On that right-footed ball back toward the box by Williams. Goes out of play for a Nova throw-in. I tell you what, Carson-Newman has played very well the last 10 or so minutes here. And it felt like Nova had much more of the offensive pressure in this opening half. It's kind of almost flip-flop now. In this opening half, the Eagles have 4 shots to Nova's 6. Carson-Newman's also taken the last 3 shots in the match as well. Another sub for Carson-Newman and another player making their debut in an Eagles uniform. Mateus Ulrich de Silva will exit, and in comes Omatayo Omalokin. Omalokin will make his Carson-Newman debut. He is a 5th-year midfielder from Newport, Wales, representing the number 11, most recently worn by Ben Dukes. Difficulty on a pass after the throw-in, and the Eagles keep possession down. Scoreless with 3:25 to play in the opening half. Quick throw-in taken by Nova Southeastern. Carson-Newman saying that the Sharks took it in too far up the pitch. It won't matter. Carson-Newman takes the ball away. Ryan Said Ahmed gives it into the backfield for Mac Hickman to handle. Carson-Newman's coaching staff told to relax by the near side official. Eagles were not happy at all. Felt like the Shark defender that took the throw-in was way up the field. He probably should have been behind midfield for where that ball went out, and he took it 15 yards across midfield. Won't result in anything, though. 2:40 to play. Cole's right-footed ball forward, headed away toward the midfield circle for Trevor Richter. Ground pass, cut off by Friedel. Richter heads it up into the air, but falls down after he heads it. Sharks maintain it, and they'll play it back for one of their center backs. And Raystrick to clear. Friedel pushed in the back and fouled. Two to play in this opening half from Amarant Bank Field in Davie, Florida. Carson-Newman and Nova Southeastern colliding for the 4th time in the series' history. Carson-Newman's never scored against the Sharks, but trying to change that here tonight. Scoreless so far in this opening half as we come up on 100 seconds to play. Sharks back on the move. It's a ball sent forward. Loher gets there first and plays it back to Elijah Buford. Ground pass to Dan Coles. Sharks applying some pressure, but Eagles handle it well with the passing defensively. Omalokin gets his head on a ball sent toward midfield, but the Sharks control. Williams takes it back for the Eagles, and now Loher sprints up the field. Ground pass to nobody in the middle of the pitch, and then Nova just kicks it out of bounds. Some tired legs may be out there for both sides. The Sharks have made 2 subs. Carson-Newman's made 4. But some signs of fatigue potentially from some of the starters out there with some lackadaisical passes here with now 60 seconds to play in the opening half of play. Things kind of stalling out almost as the Sharks take their time after Carson-Newman's throw went out off the Eagles. Now the Sharks take one just shy of midfield. Ball headed up into the air. 2 players go for it, and it's ended. It's going to be ended up off Nova. An Eagles throw with 35 seconds to play in the half. Stephen Lyons feels comfortable with how these final seconds may play out. He's already getting some water before talking to his team in the halftime locker room. 25 seconds. Carson-Newman on the ball. Quintavala pressured, reverses field near side. Ryan Said Ahmed trying to give Carson-Newman one last go in the opening half. Mac Hickman near side, right-footed cross sent in, cleared back to where it came from. Said Ahmed trying to win it back against Gordon. 10 seconds. Hickman comes for a double team, and Gordon exits it out, and then Hickman shoves him There won't be anything there, and that's the end of the opening half. An exciting first half between Carson-Newman and Nova Southeastern. Both teams had some excellent chances, but both Carson-Newman's Elijah Buford and Nova Southeastern's Henrik Dahl make some excellent saves, and that's why we're scoreless at the end of the opening half. Both teams playing very well, but we're scoreless. Both teams had some great opportunities, but saves by Buford and Dahl have kept us scoreless. The opening half of play. It's the season opener for Carson-Newman in the Sunshine State. First time in 12 years this program starts the year in Florida, and the first 45 minutes are down. It's scoreless between the Sharks and Eagles. We'll break for halftime. 45 down, 45 to go. Eagles and Sharks second half action heads your way in about 15 minutes here on the Eagles Sports Network. All right, the second half about to get underway here from Amarant Bank Field in Davie, Florida. It's Carson-Newman, and it's Nova Southeastern. Second half action about to head your way. Carson-Newman and the visiting Blue huddling up. And it's defensive half. In the defensive half, the Eagles now is in the right side of the pitch. They'll move right to left. Will the Eagles in the second half of play? Nova Southeastern now huddles up. And it's defensive half, which is on the left side of the field. They'll move left to right against Carson-Newman in the second half. The Eagles will make a change in goal. In the preseason, the competition between Elijah Buford and freshman Ivar Stega-Forsha was very close, and it really came down to this game. And even then, it was still hard for the coaching staff to make a decision about who to put in goal. And so the Eagles elect to put Ivar Stega-Forsha, 6'1 freshman from Stockholm, Sweden, into the lineup. He will be in the net for the entire second half, presuming he is able to play the entire second half. The Eagles did this a lot in their scrimmages, gave Eli 45, Ivar the other 45, and that's the case here in the season opener, so something we'll keep an ear out for, and we'll discuss as we go through this second half. Carson-Newman will send its starting 11 out on the field. Nova Southeastern will have the first touch of the second half of play on what has been a beautiful evening. First touch temperature was 82 degrees, and as Nova Southeastern starts the second half with the first touch, it's 80 degrees on this fine Thursday night and the first day of soccer season here at the Division II level. Sharks gain the possession, attacking forward. It's Jamie Bullock turning left, dished a pass to the far side for Katsuma. His cross sent in, headed up into the air, and an early test for Ivar Stega-Forsha. Goes high over the bar. Did not have to make an effort for that, despite leaping up to maybe be there in case he did need to be. All right, second half for Carson-Newman. Again, a lot at stake. Eagles trying to start 1-0. But not only that, the Eagles trying to pitch a shutout for the first time since 2024. Even if it was in a scoreless effort, I think Stephen Lyons' team would take it, although they've had some great chances. Ulrich puts pressure on the ball, and the Sharks play it back to their keeper, Henrik Dahl. He gave up multiple goals in his first and only game as a Shark. That was in 2024. His clearance was deflected to the Eagles, where Kuchkov flicks it back on. Ulrich onside. No, he's offsides, and will give Nova Southeastern a free kick. Ulrich just barely was unable to get back onside. 90 seconds into this second half of play. Again, a Carson-Newman team that allowed 1.72 goals per match, just under 2, but played a ton of close games, and obviously a ton of close games there where they only gave up 1 goal, but it was just a mistake here or a mistake there that turned out to be the difference between a win and a draw, or a draw and a loss. And more often than not, a loss. The Eagles suffered 10 of them last year. Gruthis splits 2 to win possession to the foot of Oscar Davey. High left-footed ball to the near side for Kuchkov to run onto. Bumps into the defender, dragged down in front of the Eagles bench, and a foul. Great effort by the Ukrainian Kuchkov, who is fired up after winning that free kick for his club. And now Kuchkov grabbed the ball and tried to take a quick free kick, but getting in the way was Toga Katsuma. So the official has to mark off 10 yards here, and it stalls play for a second. Kuchkov has been giving great life for Carson-Newman's midfield up what was the far side of the field in the opening half, and now the near side of the field here in the second. Williams and Loher stand near the ball. Carson-Newman has sent 7 players toward the top of the box. It's a left-footed ball from Riddy and Williams to the foot of Ulrich. Deflects to a Shark defender that clears it away toward the far side of the field, where Ryan Said Ahmed will clear to his foot just across midfield, trying to turn around a defender. Gets around his second, still on the ball. Falls down, and another foul on the Sharks. NSU only committed 3 in the opening half. They've now committed 2 in the first 3 minutes and 30 seconds of this second half, and the Sharks already have a sub trying to get into the game. It's one of their starters, Marcus Roxeth. All right, free kick for the Eagles, nearly identical spot. This one just comes from the far side. It'll be Ridian Williams. Williams just a few yards adjacent from the sideline, sends it in, and Henrik Dahl, the 6'3" keeper, leaps up into the air to catch that free kick. And Dahl will try to slow things down here as the Eagles have continued to carry on some excellent pressure. Again, Nova had a lot of good opportunities, seemed to be gaining more of the offensive threat in the middle part of the first half, but the latter stages of the first half went Carson-Newman's way, and that is carried over into the start of the second period. All fought for by Kuchkov and Valdez's header goes out. An Eagles throw from the near side, Nicholas Loher. Williams flicks it on. Sharks tracked it down, but then they booted out of play right in front of their bench. Sharks have not handled the pressure well from the Eagles so far. In this second half at least. Still scoreless, but Carson-Newman continues to pose a threat. And another forced clearance. This one by Alex Sasser, sophomore center back. Had no choice. He had no play toward his goal. It would have been the keeper. And the Eagles had a second defender bearing down on Sasser, so he has to clear it away. And now roughly 20 yards up the pitch from Carson-Newman's bench will come a Nicholas Loher throw. Carson-Newman has 7 bodies, 7 blue jerseys in the box as Loher fires this throw into the box. Out comes the keeper, and the ball rolls right to him. A punt blocked by Carson-Newman, and we have a whistle and a card coming to who? And I think Jonas Friedel got in the way of that punt attempt by Dahl, and he was just shown a yellow card. Match's first yellow card comes with 39:25 to play in the second half of action. That one on Jonas Friedel for stepping in the way. It's a 51st minute yellow to Jonas Friedel of Carson-Newman. The head official, John Tamayo, finally puts the booking in his record keeping, and now Dahl can continue play with a free kick that's sent forward and booted back to where it came from by Nicholas Loher. Davey touches it forward for Ulrich. Can't get to it before the defender does, and the Sharks clear it. Header by Loher comes to the feet of Richter. And Richter keeps the Sharks in possession. Sharks in the white uniforms. Night sky here in Davie, Florida. Lights have been bright for the last half hour plus for tonight's season opener between Carson-Newman and Nova's Southeastern. First of 2 in the Sunshine State for the Eagles this season to open the year. Specifically, Kuchkov near side keeps it in play along the sideline. The ball is played out off of Carson-Newman. It'll be a Nova throw, but they have to wait a second. They have a sub waiting to come into the game. It'll be one of their starters, Marcus Roxeth. He comes in, and out goes Casper Kitchen. Kitchen was out there to end the opening half and to start the second, and now Roxeth is back in there. 7 minutes into the second half. Throw in is going to go toward the end line where it hits off a Carson-Newman defender, back off Katsuma for an Eagles goal kick. Great defending by Loher on his line to not only deflect it, but to deflect it back off the attacking midfielder, Katsuma, their top returning goal scorer. Stega Forshaw plays it near side. The freshman goalkeeper from Sweden. Toward the middle of the pitch. Sharks back on the ball. Roxeth trying to play it on. Chance for the Sharks. Katsuyama turns, trying to shoot. Fires finally and misses wide right. What was Toga Katsuma waiting for? It is going to be a corner kick. Eagles furious with the officiating. Thought it should be a goal kick, but Toga Katsuma took forever to shoot. When he finally did, the Eagles got in the way. He was almost in the 6-yard box, dribbling the ball before finally attempting a shot. And now a corner kick from the near side for the Sharks. It'll be Nova's second of the game. Play is halted up for some reason. And now the Sharks line up this corner kick. Rosales sends it in, low swinging ball, booted out by Ulrich, right where it came from. It'll be a third corner for the Sharks. More corner kicks in this sequence than they had in the entire opening half. Two hands in the air. Right-footed ball. This one's a better ball toward the box. It's headed wide right. Never was close to goal. It was Sebastian Valdez. Missing wide right, and Carson-Newman survives defensively to force her to set up a goal kick. Again, no Antoine Torrent, no Mitchell Honcup, both multi-year starters for this program tonight. But especially Honcup, very vocal. The team's captain not out there tonight, but Honcup has been basically a fourth coach for Stephen Lyons, Kevin Cardona, and James Hayward, the graduate assistant, new to the program. Kuchkov knocks over Jamie Bullock. It'll be a Sharks free kick. .35-30 to play in the opening half. Or in the second half, I should say. Right-footed ball in the defensive half sent on by the Sharks. Into the box it goes. Loher tracks it down, and a handball called on NSU in the box as the Eagles had already gained possession. Forsha to take the free kick from just inside the box. Valdez wins the header, but is out of bounds. Ball pinballs around along the near side in front of the Eagles bench and goes out for another Eagles throw. Again, Carson-Newman's won 6 of the 9 previous season openers under head coach Stephen Lyons, trying to win a 7th in his 10 seasons. This is a stiff test, though, against a quality team from the Sunshine State Conference. Ball played out. Nova will have possession here as they get ready to throw it in. Valdez walking up the pitch, still walking up the pitch, now does throw it in. Good throw that travels 25 yards. Fought for along the sideline and last touched by Nova Southeastern. It'll be a Carson-Newman throw and a shin guard problem with Jonas Friedel. He'll reset his left shin guard with 33:45 to play in the second half. One of the officials asking for Carson-Newman's bench to back up a little bit because they were too close to the field. Now a throw-in comes to Mateus Ulrich de Silva. He reverses field. Far side for Oscar Davey, the freshman from England, tracking it down just outside the box. Davey, the freshman, on the ball. Gives it off for Said Ahmed. The cross in just behind Ulrich, and now the Sharks will counter. Katsuma racing up the field, near side. Met by 2. Pivots, goes middle of the field for Jamie Bullock. Now he reverses far side for Rosales. Going middle, a shot from distance, right at Forsha. First time Ivar Stego Forsha has been tested. Now the Eagles trying to reverse field. There's an injured Shark. Eagles playing on. Ulrich against the keeper, Dahl, who is 35 yards outside his box, will play it out. And Matthew Gordon stays down for NSU, and he's asking for assistance. The game has come to a halt, 32:51 to play in the second half of play. And Carson-Newman and Nova Southeastern will use this as a water break as Matthew Gordon was asking for assistance. Now the head official will ask for the athletic trainer from Nova Southeastern to come out and check on their veteran left back, Matthew Gordon. Gordon, one of their more experienced players, started 9 games last year as these two teams get an early second half reset. Ryan Said Ahmed is being stretched out by athletic trainer Hayden Sturgill, so both teams kind of using this as a reset here early in the second half of play. Scoreless are the Eagles and Sharks. Sharks have taken the only shots after halftime. One forced a Ivar Stega-Forsha save. The other was a header off target. The Eagles, no corners in the second half. They've had good possession, but up to this point have not been able to register a shot or any quality opportunity, despite, I would say, having more of the better play in this second half of play. Stephen Lyons instructing his club. Both teams getting instruction from their head coaches. Remember, have to stay on the field, though, so you're not as able to use this as a timeout and whatnot. Good to see Elijah Buford, senior keeper, out-handing water with the athletic trainer. Despite just getting the first half of action and seeing Ivar Stega-Forsha get the second. All right, both teams are back on the field, and the Sharks are going to bring in a substitute, Ricardo Silva, freshman defender from Weston, Florida. Cypress Bay High School is going to come into the game to make his debut, and things will shift over. Sebastian Valdez, their right back, will move to left back and take Matthew Gordon's place. So Gordon out for now. Keep an eye on him and see if he returns to this match or not. The official will put the ball back in play here. He's got it on his right hip. As we get ready to resume play, there will be 32 minutes and 50 seconds to play. And ball's given to the Sharks, and they just boot it forward. Dan Cole's in the deep corner, tracking it down in no man's land, trying to let it go out, and does. Goal kick, Carson-Newman. Forsha still has not put the ball down for a goal kick. Now puts it in between both spots. In the center of goal, and with his left foot sends it near side or far side for Coles. Now Forsha boots it toward midfield. Ball won by the Sharks, headed back toward the top of the box. Dangerous here. Gruthis has to clear it, and he does with a sliding tackle attempt with his left foot. Now the Eagles boot it forward, trying to go forward. Ulrich battling one-on-one. Gets the ball to his feet. The sophomore from Brazil lost it, and it was cleared away by Nova, though. So Ulrich's effort does lead to possession for Carson-Newman. The Ulrich brothers, both from Balneario, Brazil. Mateus, the older one, in his 5th season, his last year of college soccer. His younger brother, Samuel Ulrich, just in his 2nd collegiate season. Mateus has it right now, and it's played off of a Nova defender as he was juggling the possession, tiptoeing the sideline. Tagsuma cut off by Gruthis, but the Sharks get the pinball to favor them. Fabio Turibi's taken down, and a foul. Ridian Williams from behind was trying to make a tackle attempt and clipped the senior midfielder from São Brazil. Tajara is a Robert Morris transfer. Clock continues to run down as this free kick gets ready to be set up halfway between the midline and the top of the box. It's a straight on. It's dead middle. Equal distant to both sidelines as well. Can't really get any more middle than where this free kick will be taken from for the Sharks as we come up on the 15th minute of the second half and the 60th minute of the match. It's Andres Morales Rosales, one of the returners, standing over the ball. 3 Carson-Newman players set up a wall. Davey and the Ulrich brothers. Ground pass near side played for the substitute. Ricardo Silva tries to turn on Loher. Cut off. Backtracks the ball to Rosales. He's tripped by Mateus Ulrich de Silva. No foul called. And they'll give a throw-in to Nova. No, they will call a free kick, or a foul on Carson-Newman, and a free kick for the Sharks. It'll be a 10th Eagles foul. Now this free kick comes just 7 yards from the sideline. In swinging ball, bounces once, it's loose in the box. Loher tracks it down, takes it away from Forsha almost to clear it away, and now with his right foot boots it toward the center circle. Davey touches it once, gets around 2 players, gets tripped and fouled. Good job by the freshman from Grimsby England. Now the Eagles going quickly. Loher making a run. Dahl quickly out of his box, boots it up and out of play into the 4th row. The ball bounces across the far sideline. Eagles moving quickly. Ryan Said Ahmed's quick throw in. Now ends up with Oscar Davey in the far right corner. Davey holds up possession, now crosses it in, back post. Kuchkov tracks it down to keep it in play. Can he stay on the ball? Yes, he will. Ground pass back for Loher. And a flag is up offside. No, it's a corner kick. It is a corner kick for Carson-Newman on Davey's cross to Kuchkov, which lapped its way around the back of goal. It was deflected by a Shark defender, so Carson-Newman gets a 4th corner kick and a first here in the second half. Rydian Williams will jog over to take the corner. He'll use his left foot. He stands to the right of the ball. 28 minutes to play in the second half. Williams' left-footed ball near side, headed on. It's clipping toward the post, and it misses wide right. It was Nicholas Loher, whose header just rolls to the right of the pin, or right of the post and out of play. Some excellent chances that have just gone to the wayside and just missed. A few that have probably been just a hair from clipping the woodwork. And Eshu calms things down, and Dahl takes his time and now finally lifts this goal kick. It's a shortly hit one, just barely gets to midfield. Kuchkov tried to flick it overhead and now gives it to Loher. Loher, left-footed ball, pinballing around, gives it to Ulrich. Loher taken down and fouled at midfield. Eagles frustrated. Nova got in the way of that free kick, but Carson-Newman was too far forward for the free kick, and now we will have a card handed out. It will be handed to Samuel Ulrich. A second yellow card from to a Carson-Newman player. This one on the younger Ulrich brother, Samuel. That one, I believe, was for Chatter. Eagles were not happy with how that free kick was handled, and so Samuel Ulrich gets a yellow card and becomes the second Eagle with one. It's a yellow card in the 64th minute as Loher puts the ball back into play. A free kick from the top of the box, headed up into the air. Williams trying to win the second ball. Fighting with 2 white jerseys, won't win it. Eagles get possession, though, back on an errant pass by NSU. Williams flicks it on, and the Sharks will head it out. Loher will throw it in, 26.5 to play second half. Eagles and Sharks scoreless. Loher trying to get around a defender with a pass. Cut off. Now Mateus Ulrich de Silva has it. Nutmegs a defender. Gives off to Gruthis. Gruthis, ground pass, top of the box. Ulrich turns. Gruthis on the ricochet. Can't get it toward goal enough, and Dahl comes out to handle it softly. Eagles had some great build-up there. Won't lead to anything for now. Gruthis flicks it far side for Ryan Said Ahmed. Now the ground pass to the far side for Oscar Davey. Davey on the run. The freshman is Tackled nicely by Valdez, who's had to work from the right back spot to the left back spot here in the second half because of injury. Tackles him out. Eagles throw it in, far side. Just one shot for Carson-Newman after halftime, but building up some more quality chances. This match so far has had the feel as if it's just maybe the first goal could be the difference and the goal. Through ball. Said Ahmed making a run and forces a corner. Corner for Carson will be number 5. Great build-up and a great through ball by Mateus Ulrich de Silva. With Ryan Said Ahmed running on, led to that corner kick. The Sharks had no choice but to just boot it away and give Carson-Newman a corner kick. All right, corner kick number 5 from Carson-Newman will come from the far side. Art Kuchkov with 24:50 to play in the second half takes it. In swinging ball, bounces once and is cleared. Stepping up is Davey to give it back to Kuchkov, far side. He lifts it up into the air near the box. Coles wins it on. Loher shoots and misses high. Check that, it was Ulrich missing high with his left foot. Carson-Newman's 6th shot misses the target. And a goal kick coming as we inch closer to the halfway point of this second half. Scoreless is Carson-Newman and Nova Southeastern. Fun battle between these two teams who are just playing for the 4th time in school history, first since 2012. Katsuma can't track it down on a through ball to the near side, and it's out for a Carson-Newman throw. We'll give you some scores from some South Atlantic Conference teams when we have a moment in the action. Sharks on the run again. Richter at the center circle passes the ball to his fellow midfielder Jamie Bullock, Jr. from England. Errant pass. Eagles take it away and boot it forward to Samuel Ulrich, the Emery and Henry transfer. Ulrich mapping out his options. Reverses field for Ryan Said Ahmed. Said Ahmed racing up the far side. Ground pass for Oscar Davey. Davey gives it back to Said Ahmed. Ahmed into the box. Tackled, no call. It's loose, top of the box. Left-footed shot by Davey into the upper left corner. Carson-Newman scores, and the Eagles lead. A fabulous left-footed finish from Oscar Davey. And Carson-Newman leads 1-0 with 22 minutes and 58 seconds to play in the match. Said Ahmed made the run, and then Davey put it away with a beautiful left-footed shot into the upper left corner, a goal. Eagles lead 1-0 at Nova. A terrific shot from Oscar Davey, freshman from Grimsby, England, making his Eagles debut, one of many Eagles making their debut. 6'1" freshman starts the scoring at Amarant Bank Field. Now about the rookie, a big-time moment for him to step up and deliver the game's first goal. And it comes in the 68th minute of the match. Eagles on top, Davey's first career goal. Head coach Stephen Lyons was happy, pleased, amongst other things, with what his team showed him in the practices and scrimmages leading up to this opener. Young talent, experienced talent, and that was just now on display with Oscar Davey scoring his first career goal. And now how does Nova Southeastern respond? Oscar Davies, 68th minute goal. Now Carson-Newman tries to defend with the lead. Ball nearly given away. Kuchkov wins the ball. Advantage played. Kuchkov down, now back to his feet. Mateus Ulrich de Silva playing it on for his brother. Samuel Ulrich making a run. Cut off by the defender nicely. Beautiful defending at the last second by Alex Sasser. And now an Eagle player down. It's Ulrich behind the play. Eagles trying to stop play here with Ulrich shaken up. I think that shove and that collision with Sasser is what has him down in the penalty area. And now the clock will stop. 21 minutes, 57 seconds to play in the second half. And Nova's going to use this time to talk things over. Matt MacArthur will chat with his club, with Ulrich potentially being attended to. He's actually quickly back to his feet. Hayden Sturgill, the Carson-Newman athletic trainer, actually does not even need to come out to check on the sophomore Brazilian forward. Eagles also using this time to catch their breath. It's our second little injury stoppage here of half two. Certainly Carson-Newman has all the momentum with Oscar Davies' first career goal, an upper 90 shot into the left corner. And now the Eagles play with a lead. Carson-Newman, when scoring the first goal last season, 2-1-2. They only did it 5 times, and they were 2-1-2, 500. When scoring first under head coach Stephen Lyons, his team is 52-7-12 when they strike first. Free kick from the Sharks as the clock resumes here at NSU. Loher's header up into the air. Ryan Said Ahmed wins the second one. Ball still headed up and around. Gruthis has to shield away from a high boot from an NSU player. Will play on. Mateus Ulrich de Silva sprinting up the field, trying to win the ball. And loses it to 2 Sharks, who will play it back to their keeper, Henrik Dahl. Carson-Newman's first shot on goal of the night by Oscar Davey has the Eagles in front, and now they defend for the next 21 minutes to try to collect a nice signature early season win. This ball booted to nobody. Sasser sent it forward, and there was no Sharks in the vicinity. It rolls all the way across the sideline, 40 yards away from that corner flag. Sub for the Eagles, Omatayo Omalokin will come on for the second time. Played a few minutes in the opening half of play and now is back on for the second half. It appears the Eagles are going to bring out Samuel Ulrich. So the younger Ulrich brother will exit. Again, he was a little shaken up shortly after that goal was scored, and so Stephen Lyons will pull his Emery and Henry transfer in striker. We've got a big-time foul from behind and a yellow card shown to Fabio Tajira. Has stopped the clock with 20:10 to play. Eagles quickly took that throw in after the substitute, and it's Mateus Ulrich de Silva now. So both Ulrich brothers have been banged up here in the second half. That's brought things to a stop with 20 minutes, 10 seconds to play in the second half, and Carson-Newman men's soccer ahead 1-0 thanks to an Oscar Davey goal. In the 68th minute, Carson-Newman's only shot on goal in the match has gone in the back of the net. Palm Beach Atlantic is Carson-Newman's next opponent. They took care of Lincoln Memorial earlier this evening, 2-0. Ole Lichter scored in the 19th minute, and Simon Buquette scored in the 51st minute to collect a 2-0 win for 12th ranked Palm Beach Atlantic. Rollins played a high-scoring opener with Lenore Ryan. The Bears lost 6-5. Ball into the box here. Said Ahmed making a run. It's loose, and it's handled. It's actually Kuchkov making the run from Carson-Newman. The ball headed on, got behind the defense. Kuchkov just barely had an opportunity taken away by the keeper, Dahl. Ball flicked forward. Friedel shields off the attacker and lets the ball bounce twice to his keeper, Forcia. Other sack scores of note: Coker took care of business with Mount Olive, 2-0 the final. Here's a through ball on. Kuchkov making a run. 1v1 with the defender. Tackles it to himself. Tries to get back to it, and Dahl is there. Kuchkov making some great runs for Carson-Newman here in the last handful of minutes. 19 to play. Ball headed on. Loher flicks it to the near side. A substitute for Nova drags Kuchkov down in a foul. It's Olivier Pierre, 6-foot junior defender, has now worked his way onto the field. He's a right back. And Matthew Gordon is now on the field for Nova Southeastern as well. He's a left back. Shaken up earlier in this second half. He's back on the field. And there's an injured Eagle. 18:45 and counting. Clock continues to run. And they're actually asking the score operator to put 18:52 on the clock. It should have been stopped a little earlier. The injured Eagle is Art Kuchkov. He's put in a good shift tonight. Hayden Sturgill is Carson-Newman's athletic trainer. He has made his way from the sidelines and has helped Kuchkov to his feet. Now Art will have to stay on the sideline for now. Friedel takes the free kick, sending it forward. Now Kuchkov can return to the field. Ball bouncing around. Tejas Ulrich de Silva sends it forward. Henrik Dahl, the keeper, mapping some options out, and now sends it into Nova's attacking half, where it's headed out by Loher. Nova trying to reset. There's 18 minutes and 10 seconds to play in this second half. Carson-Newman leads 1-0. Ball sent forward. Friedel wins the header. It bounces once at the top of the box, and Coles with a strong clearance defensively. Dahl trying to meet the ball. He does, and perfectly grounds a pass into the center circle where only Jamie Bullock was for Nova. That was dangerous. If it went to a Carson-Newman player, goal was wide open, but the Eagles didn't have anybody in position. Near side flick. Katsuma trying to track it down. Keeps it in play, but right to Kuchkov, and then Loher clears. Now into the center circle, Ulrich de Silva. Taken away by Trevor Richter, the Nashville, Tennessee native. Into the middle of the field, Morales gets it back on a return feed. Gruthis tackles from behind. He got it clean, he says, but the official disagrees. A booking coming for Bink Gruthis. It's a yellow card with 17:15 to play. Carson-Newman not happy at all with that whistle on Gruthis. Thought he got it clean. Instead, it'll be a Nova Southeastern free kick from roughly 10 yards outside the box. A prime opportunity for the Sharks to get an equalizer. Andres Moral Rosales is the one to stand behind it for now. He has yet to place the ball, though, as the official clears some things out. There's a sub waiting as well, and Carson-Newman's got Mateus Ulrich de Silva shaken up as well, so this will bring a halt to the action. Nova's made a change in all this, and See how long this takes. Ulrich De Silva's back to his feet for Carson-Newman, but with the athletic trainer having to come out, that means he'll have to leave the field for this sequence. That's one of Carson-Newman's taller players, Mateus Ulrich De Silva. He is a 6'2" midfielder who will walk off the field with Hayden Sturgill. Clock stopped again once more before this free kick. Carson-Newman's third booking. And it sets up a free kick for the Sharks, one of their best chances of the match right here. The right foot of Andres Moral Rosales right now. He is 10 yards outside the box. Carson-Newman builds a wall of 4. He is straight on with goal. Which way will he go? Ivar Stegaforcia being tested. Right-footed shot. Stegaforcia punches it away, diving to his right. And it's cleared away by Ryan Said Ahmed. Eagles stand tall in a big moment. Carson-Newman had a sub, but wasn't granted the sub. They play on, ball into the attacking half. Richter, ground pass, Bullock. Foul on Carson-Newman. Fouls are starting to pile up on the Eagles, who have made some tackle attempts but continue to get whistled for fouls. Head coach Stephen Lyons very unhappy with what the officiating has done to his team, and the yellow card's been handed out. No cards there. Clock continues to run. Coach Lyons not happy about how the clock has continued to stop for Nova since the Eagles have conceded. Another free kick. This one is just a little farther away, but in a similar spot. This one probably about 18 yards outside the box, but in the middle of the field. Morales again, and this one's way right. Never had a chance. Frustration from NSU's Matt MacArthur as he kicks a practice uniform on the side after that errant miss. All right, substitutes for Carson-Newman. Francesco Quintavala is on for the Eagles, as is Love Norden. The goal scorer, Oscar Davey, jogs off for the Eagles as well. The Eagles also took Mateus Ulrich De Silva off. Remember, he was banged up before that prior free kick, and now the Eagles have taken him off the pitch as well. Quintavala heads it on. Omalokin flicking it on for himself, trying to run after it against Gordon. Header soft, Omalokin running after it, but Dahl gathers it in. Sharks on the attack. Ball behind the defense. Touchdown. Tackle made by Coles. Risky play, but Dan Coles with a sliding stop in front of Casper Kitchen, who was making a run. An absolutely massive stop by Coles. A risky tackle as well from the senior center back. Loher pressured in the back line, and Nova takes it away. They had 2 on the ball, and now from behind, Kuchkov got all ball. Play on, and now a foul. Foul called on Carson-Newman, trying to maintain its composure here down the stretch. Yet another Nova Southeastern free kick down the stretch in this match. There's less than 14 minutes to play. Carson-Newman clinging to a 1-0 lead after a 68th minute goal from Oscar Davey. Right-footed ball in. It's hooking to the back post. It's headed back toward the top of the box where Omalokin ground passes it off to Quintavala. Far side of the field for the Italian. Splits one defender, tried to go to the middle of the field. It was deflected away from him, and now the Sharks have it. Back into the far corner. Said Ahmed. Clean tackle. On the ball, it stays in now. It's crossed in. Stegaforshik comes out, loses the ball. It's cleared away by the Eagles, and a foul called as well on the clearance. A Carson-Newman player is down in the box. I think it's Dan Cole. No, it's Rydian Williams took the brunt of that tackle on the cross. All right, free kick, Carson-Newman. The Eagles continue to weather the storm, and the defending has been superb as the Sharks have started to mount the chances against the Eagles here late. 1-0 Eagles trying to hold on to this 1-0 lead in their first shutout in 2 years. Quintavala, ground pass, off to Love Norden. A lot of reserves up front for the Eagles here down the stretch. Omolokin ground passes to Rydian Williams. And Williams has the ball deflected out. It'll be an Eagles throw, and they'll be in no rush. .12 to play. Said Ahmed to take the throw. In the middle of the field it goes. Quintavala tackles the ball on a pass now to Kuchkov. Now reversed, or to Williams. Now to the pass goes near side for Kuchkov. One-on-one against the reserve defender. He gets by him, shoots from distance, and it goes wide left. Don't mind the attempt, and that will keep the clock running on the shot that misses wide left. And the Sharks are also bringing in a midfielder. They're bringing back in Fabio Tajra and taking out Jamie Bullock. Defensive half, Sharks flick it up into the air. Ball bounces once behind Loher. Still bouncing around. Who can get it to the turf first? It is the Sharks, but their pass goes toward the sideline where Friedel will keep it in and flick with his left foot forward to Love Norden, the Swedish forward trying to keep it in his feet, unable to do so. Now Richter has it. He gives it right back, though. Omolokin pressured and keeps it in play. Nice work. Love Norden now on the attack. Norden, ground pass to Omolokin, and he's offside. Norden made the wrong read, I think, there. Omolokin was behind the defense but went too far forward on that attacking chance. 10:30 to play, 1-0 Eagles. Trevor Richter behind the play shaken up. Now back to his feet quickly as the Sharks come down on their final 10 minutes in this game. And Carson-Newman clinging to a 1-0 lead on the road in the opener. Ball sent on, headed toward the box. Friedel, left foot. It would have cleared away. High boot from Kuchkov. And a whistle will stop play again. Clock keeps going, though. A yellow card to Art Kuchkov. They're piling up for Carson-Newman, so Kuchkov is shown a yellow now. That's the fourth Eagle to see yellow in this match. Mateus Ulrich, Samuel Ulrich, Bink Gruthis, and now Art Kuchkov. Free kick, back post. Forsha leaps up at that back post to make the catch, and he'll fall on the ball. Trying to burn a couple extra seconds as Carson-Newman tries to salt away a 1-0 win. Again, I said it earlier in this second half, it had the feeling that maybe one goal in this match could be the difference. Gruthis comes to meet the ball at midfield. It's loose. Loher beats a Shark to the ball to keep it in Carson-Newman's half, but he's losing possession and is forced to play it back to Friedel. Ball played on. Norden trying to track it down. He'll put pressure on the keeper, Dahl, who has to escort it out, but Norden was offside. Free kick taken by the keeper. Williams leaps into the air for the header, but then Quintavala pushes one of the Shark midfielders in the back. And so possession staying with Nova. And another free kick in the middle of the field. This one about halfway between the top of the box and midfield. And what's going on now? The head official running toward Carson-Newman's sideline. Clock is stopped, 8:21 to go. The official says he's stopping the clock because Carson-Newman's got too many people screaming from the sideline. And so head coach Stephen Lyons says, hey, guys, let's just back up and keep to ourselves a little more. That was an interesting conversation that was just had by Carson-Newman's sideline with the official. Been a couple of those. The official has not been favorable to the Eagles. The Eagles have committed 13 fouls and have seen 4 yellow cards to their starters. That has not kept them away from a 1-0 lead on the road. Free kick coming from the middle of the field. Right-footed ball. It's a cross and in back post and lifted high and out of play. Goal kick, Carson-Newman. The defense continues to be strong as Oscar Davey is going to the midfield line. And the Eagles will make another change. Stephen Lyons yelling for the sub, and finally the official notices. 8 to play. Clock stops under 10 minutes. Love Norden out. Oscar Davey back in, the goal scorer to finish the final 8. Davey making a run against Gordon. Gordon tripped up by the ball, and it goes out off of Nova. Eagles take the throw. Ball is in play along the far side. Amalokin dancing between 2. Sharks take it away. Now they're trying to counter, but Cole steps up to keep it in Carson-Newman's attacking half. Sharks playing it forward. Frito cuts off the through ball, but a foul from behind by Carson-Newman will stop the counter attack. 7 to play. Carson-Newman 1, Nova Southeastern nothing. Dahl, a ground pass behind the midline. Ball now sent in by one of the defenders, headed up into the air behind Carson-Newman's defense, but Stegoforcia dives on the ball and gathers it in. Nobody there for Nova to handle it. And now he boots it forward. Great punt, bounces on the Carson-Newman attacking half of the pitch, but it's quickly pinballed toward Nova's attacking half. Kuchkov, a ground pass that sneaks by everybody and will be gathered by Dahl, the Nova keeper. Just over the midline. The Sharks moving left to right with possession. Too heavy of a touch from Bullock. It's clear to the near side for Olivier Pierre. French defender keeps it in the Sharks' attacking half for Rosales. Ground pass back to Tajra. To the far side of the field it goes. Great interception by Said Ahmed. And he's not able to keep it in play, though. Sharks get a throw. 5:45 to play. Eagles by a goal. Cross sent in. Cole's there to clear. The ball will casually roll to midfield. And now another ball sent into the box. Eagles defending well. It's headed up into the air. Still loose in the box. Loher lifts it up. It's still in the box, and Williams heads it away. Right to a Shark. A turn by the defender and a foul. Another free kick for NSU coming up with 5:10 and counting to play. Again, just outside the box. Clock stops, 5:04 to play. Sharks getting another opportunity. Eagles have an injured player. This has been a long match. We started at 7:34. We're 2 hours in. It's been a fun, competitive match, though. These two teams, with 5 left to play, it's Carson-Newman by a goal. Eagles having one of their midfielders stretched out. It's Kuchkov, I think, who committed the foul. Eagles going to make a sub. Mac Hickman is going to come back into the game as Kuchkov is helped to his feet. Hickman on, Kuchkov off. Nova bringing back on Toga Katsuma. He was the top goal scorer back for this team this year. Another free kick. This is about the 4th one from the same spot on the field. And once again, it's Andres Moral Rosales to take it. Can the Eagles defend another one? I say maybe it could be the last, but you never know. Mateo Omalokin will come off, and Carson-Newman's going to go back to Samuel Ulrich for the final 5. Omalokin will get a breather. Eagles continuing to rotate some starters with reserves here down the stretch. Trying to find a way to close out a road win to begin 2026. Once again, it'll be Rosales from the middle of the pitch. Right-footed pass to the near side. Here comes a cross near-sided, and Forsha's there to handle. Sharks decided not to go with a shot. They went with a short pass to lead to a cross, but the cross went right to the near post, and the freshman Ivar Stego-Forsha handled it. A turnover by Carson-Newman, though, quickly. Flicked back in. Forsha comes out to handle. A near takeaway by Nova was dangerous for a second, but Carson-Newman handled it. 4.5 to play. Lohur sends it forward. Ulrich back on the pitch. Keeps it alive and flicks it forward. Hickman making a run. He gets to it there before the keeper. Flicks it back post. Davey heads it in. Carson-Newman takes a 2-0 lead on the road. Mac Hickman with a beautiful cross to the back post, and the rookie Davey puts it away. 2-0 Carson-Newman, a dagger in Davey. What a ball from Hickman. It started with Samuel Ulrich, and it continued on with Hickman getting to it before the keeper. The net was wide open, and Davey won the back post header to increase Carson-Newman's lead on the road. How about the Eagles? The rookie Davey from Grimsby, England, has a brace in his Carson-Newman debut. And now the Sharks need 2 to get at least something from this game. Eagles can play with some more comfort down the stretch. What a fabulous goal from Oscar Davey, set up by Mac Hickman and Samuel Ulrich. I don't think Ulrich will get an assist, but certainly Mac Hickman will. His first career point. .350 to play on the road. Ball to the far side. Matthew Gordon's ground pass stays in play as the Sharks work forward again. Ground pass to the feet of Kruthis, sent forward, and now Ulrich's on the ball. Surrounded by white jerseys, keeps possession and gives to Mac Hickman, whose pass deflected by Katsuma. Middle of the pitch. Eagles take it away. A clean tackle. Low her to Ulrich. Ulrich trying to get around his second defender, unable to do so, but the Sharks give it away. Sharks have lost some gas here down the stretch. Taken away, Tajri dishes off. Katsuma can't get to it first. Hickman escorts it down. It'll be an overthrow with 3 to play. 3 to play from Amerant Bank Field. Carson-Newman trying to salt away a victory. A brace from Oscar Davey. And the Eagles are just a moments away from their first shutout in 19 games. Here comes a near-sided corner. Right-footed ball sent in. Good-looking corner to the middle of the box. Touchdown once. A shot at Forsha. He makes the save and dives on it. A shot through traffic saved by the freshman Ivar Forsha. Keeps the shutout in place with 2.5 to play, and now Carson-Newman's running the other way. Davey, the goal scorer, calm on the ball, now flicks it into the middle of the field. It bounces and works its way to Hickman near side. Hickman to Quintavala. Ground pass to Davey. Davey controls. Too heavy of a touch for Ulrich, but Hickman trying to track it down in the corner. Will he keep it in? He will not. Great effort, though. Two to play. Less than 2 to play on the road. NSU's throw is won by Loher. Loher grounds a pass to Quintavala. It pinballs to Hickman. Hickman to Loher. Loher to Ulrich. Back to Loher. Inside the box, Loher's offside. Won't matter. Final 100 seconds on the road. The Eagles won just 3 times last year. They struggled to get that first win. It took a while. Different story in 2026 against a Nova Southeastern team picked 5th in the Sunshine State Conference. The Eagles have a 2-0 lead. 70 seconds to play. In the middle of the pitch, it's Rosales. Ground pass far side. Bullock crosses it in. It's headed back post and a shot way off. Goal was open on the back post for Marcus Rockseth, but his shot sailed way over the net, and it was not even put on frame. That would have at least got Nova within a goal, but there's only 45 seconds left. Eagles are asking for a sub. The Eagles won't get the sub, and Omalokin will just go back to the bench area, and Stephen Lyons calls it off. They were trying to get him back on there for the final 30 seconds. "20 seconds. Quintavala has it on the far side of the field. Check that, it's Said Ahmed. Ground pass back to the goal scorer, Davey. 12 seconds. Davey at the end line will just hold it in the corner. He's taken away by Gordon. A foul on Carson-Newman, but that won't matter. Final seconds roll off, and Carson-Newman comes to Davie, Florida, and takes down Nova Southeastern 2-0. A brace from the rookie Oscar Davey in his debut lifts the Eagles to a second-half surge on the road and a victory over Nova Southeastern. 2-0 the final here on the Eagles Sports Network. Carson-Newman wins an opener for the 7th time under head coach Stephen Lyons, and they do it in the night sky of the Sunshine State. Carson-Newman wins its first ever match over the Nova Southeastern Sharks. A match that took well over 2 hours, ends in a Carson-Newman victory. Final score from Amerant Bank Field. It's Carson-Newman 2, and it's Nova Southeastern 0. Andrew Rogers, so glad you've been able to join us all night long here on the Eagles Sports Network. You can listen again once again on Saturday evening, 7 o'clock, first touch between Carson-Newman and 12th-ranked Palm Beach Atlantic. Eagles will head north a little bit to wrap up their Sunshine State visit here to begin 2026. Eagles win on the road 2-0. Full post-game recap and comments from the head coach of the Eagles, Stephen Lyons, and our player of the game, Oscar Davey, can be found on the Eagles Sports Network on YouTube as well as seeingeagles.com. Eagles win on the road 2-0. We'll talk to you Saturday evening from the Sunshine State. Andrew Rogers signing off.